Blessed Christian Lifestyle. This is Anthony, and we're going to read Matthew chapter 5, the Beatitudes. All right. So, hey, we hear the term, I am blessed. We hear that a lot. Now, here we're going to read about who is actually blessed. All right. So, Matthew chapter 5, Jesus is going to give a sermon here. And seeing the multitudes, he went up on a mountain. And when he was seated, his disciples came to him. Then he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Right? Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteous sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so they persecute the prophets who were before you. All right. So that is the Beatitudes. So, first, foremost, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. All right. So, remember, it's not all about riches. All right. Poor in spirit. All right. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. All right. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. All right. If, you're going through a loss, like, hey, God is with you. All right. If you're going, and my family been going through some losses recently, and people are down. People are down. People are humbled. The fact that people eventually deceased becomes a reality, especially when it's very close to you. And hey, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. All right. So remember that God is with you. All right. If you're mourning, if you're in mourn, God is with you. All right. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. All right. So if you are unselfish, hey, you care more about others. Hey, you are blessed, for they shall inherit the earth. All right, got it. Jesus is telling them you will inherit the earth if you're unselfish, if you care more about others than yourself. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. So you are blessed if you hunger and thirst for righteousness, doing things in God's way. All right. Please subscribe. Hey, please hit the like to push the algorithm. All right, so here it says, Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. All right, so if you have a thirst, like, hey, you're trying to do things God's way, hey, for they shall be filled. All right, you are blessed and you shall be filled. Okay, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. So, hey, if you forgive, if you're merciful, you give mercy to others, hey, you will be blessed. All right, you will be blessed. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain. You will get mercy yourself. All right. God will give you mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. If you're pure in heart, you have a pure heart, you shall see God. All right. That is huge. All right. These are like simple ways, like, hey, if you want to live a blessing life, read Matthew chapter 5. All right. And just like, there's so much gold. Like, this is like huge. This is huge. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Be pure in your heart. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Be a peacemaker, right? Be a peacemaker in your family. Be a peacemaker in your surroundings. All right. A lot of people are, they cause, terror and not peace. Hey, be a peacemaker, for you shall be called sons of God. All right. That's a blessing. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So if you're persecuted because you talk God's word, people talk negative to you, hey, you are blessed. All right. You are blessed. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Actually, it's who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. All right. You follow God's ways, and you're being persecuted for it, hey, you are blessed. Like, hey, I'm gonna be righteous no matter what, right? No matter what my family thinks, no matter what other people think, I'm gonna do what I believe is right in God's eyes. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. A lot of times nowadays, people praise you doing not righteousness more than actual righteousness. All right. So just know that, hey, you're blessed if you're doing things God's way. Um, Something huge is, hey, just getting married. All right. And not like living together. Nowadays, a lot of people, they just live together. Hey, get married. That's God's way. That's righteousness. All right. I'm not getting divorced. All right. Unless there's adultery involved. Um, Here we go. 11. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you, and they say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. So when people talk bad about you because you talk about God's word, hey, you are blessed. All right, you are blessed. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so they persecute the prophets who were before you. So if you talk God's word and you get persecuted, you actually should rejoice because you're going to get rewards in heaven. All right. People are going to talk down on you. You will be blessed. If you speak God's words and you are being persecuted, you will get rewards in heaven. All right. That's Matthew chapter 5, verse 12. All right. So if you want rewards in heaven, talk God's word. And hey, even if you get persecuted, hey, it says you should rejoice, like be happy. Like, all right, I'm going to get some rewards in heaven. All right. So I'm going to go over real quick again. Matthew chapter 5. All right. Some of my favorites here is um, pure in heart, for they shall see God. When I see verse 8, pure in heart, a lot of times I think like a elderly person, the elder person at church. Man, I've met a lot of elderly person that they have pure heart. I'm like, man, they gone through so much. They gone through so much, and it's like even through all that, they have a good heart. It's about doing the right thing. It's about following God's way. Man, have a good heart. Blessed are the merciful. You ever met somebody who's very merciful, who forgives like a lot? Man, like I'm like, Lord, please bless this person. All right. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Man, when I first got baptized and I started following Jesus, man, I wanted to learn what righteousness was. I had a hunger and thirst for righteousness. That's why I started reading God's word, because I was like, man, I really want to know. I want to know how to do this the right way. All right. So that was one of my biggest things that I was trying to learn was what is righteousness? What is right in God's eyes? All right. Um, Poor, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. All right. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. That's another one to remember. If you're going through a hard time, if you're in mourning, blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Hey, God is with you. All right. If you're going through a hard time and you're in mourning, hey, God is with you. All right. Keep that in mind. God is with you. All right. God is with you. If you are blessed in spirit, if you are poor in spirit, hey, God is with you. All right. If you hunger for righteousness, God is with you. If you're merciful, if you're a peacemaker, if you are persecuted for righteousness' sake, just know God is with you. All right. So that's one of the main things here on Matthew chapter 5 is just these are, hey, easy ways to know that, hey, you're blessed. All right. Blessed are the meek. All right. For they shall inherit the earth. That's another thing is that it tells you what happens for each one. So let me say, they shall be comforted, for they shall inherit the earth. If you want to inherit the earth, be unselfish. All right. Blessed are the meek. All right. Um, if you want to be filled, blessed are those who hunger for righteousness. That's how you feel fulfilled. Like, hey, I feel fulfilled. Like, all right. More than likely, you're trying to be righteous. Um, if you want mercy, you have to give mercy back. Okay. Um, if you want to be called the sons of God, be a peacemaker. Right? Be a peacemaker. Out of everything that's going on, be a peacemaker. For they shall be called sons of God. You want to righteousness' sake, for there here's the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for here is the kingdom of heaven. All right. So I just want to go through that real quick. Matthew chapter 5, verse 1 through 10. Actually, 1 through 12. All right. And then we go here to verse 13. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt loses its flavor, how shall it season? It is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do they light lamp and put it under the basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. All right. The main thing is, hey, shine your light. All right. Jesus saying here, shine your light. As Christians, like, hey, you are the salt and the light. We are the light. All right. And it starts with the blessings. Hey, these are the blessings. Be the light. Let people see your light. Let people see that you are the light. It says here, to not, don't put it under where nobody can see the light. It says, you are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Set yourself on a hill. Put yourself out there. Nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket. Don't hide your light. That's what Jesus is saying here. Do not hide your light. Right? Put on a lampstand to all who are in the house. Hey, give light. All right. So that's the main thing here on Matthew chapter 5, 1 through 16. Shine your light. All right. I'll leave you with that. Shine your light. All right. Shine your light. Jesus saying here, hey, you are the light. All right. Us Christians, we are the light. We know righteousness. We know mercy. We got to be meek, mournful. Hey, we are the light. All right. Shine your light. All right. Thank you very much for watching. All right. Please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Please subscribe, like. Hey, if you got any questions ever, please feel free. All right. Thank you very much.